Hello guys and welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and in today's video we are going to be doing a review for none other than Tokyoh Revengers. How did I get into this anime? Well, it's kind of an interesting story. Truth be told, I just about watched everything I had on my list. I mean, yes, there are a few things here and there that I still gotta get to, but meanwhile, I was on my friend Sauerkraus's channel. He does those anime of the week every Sunday videos, and while while hearing the news and everything, he kept talking about certain different anime, and pretty soon he had a list of anime that he wanted me to watch, and I'm like, well, my list is getting small anyway, so just text them to me. Text me the list. And that's exactly what he did. And it's so funny. So here I am. I've watched like 50 plus anime. And there is just still more anime to watch. You know, anime is never ending, I guess. There is always going to be something for me to watch because of how great anime is. Which is just perfect. And the fact that my friend Sauerkraus has found some anime that he really likes, that he wants me to watch, is fantastic. Because I got some anime that I want him to watch. I got him to watch The Dragon Prince, and I can't wait to see his review on The Dragon Prince. Now, technically, The Dragon Prince isn't an anime. It's a Western anime. And while the animation of that show really is bad, the story is amazing. It's made by the same guys who made Avatar: Last Airbender, so of course the story is amazing. But enough about the Dragon Prince. Yeah, so that's how I got into Tokyoh Revenge. I'm also watching the Tower of God, which that's actually going pretty well. And then I'm also watching Jujutsu Kaisen, which will be my next review. So shoutouts to my buddy Sour. It's actually a really interesting tale about this guy who you know, he's just going through his normal life. He's about in his 20s, and you know, he's basically Pete's back in middle school, and now he's kind of a loser. He's kind of just doing his normal thing. His name is Takemichi. He's really just living his average life. His girlfriend dumped him years ago, and then he hears the news that his ex-girlfriend from middle school actually died, and he feels pretty bad about that, and eventually he goes and finds her brother. I am an idiot, because I just looked up the girl's name so I could put her picture in the video. I finally figured out who it is, and I can't believe that I forgot the name Hinata, considering it sounds a whole lot like Hinata from Naruto. Yep, I'm crazy, but Hinata is her name. And what's really interesting is whenever he shakes hands with her brother, it activates a odd power that is not explained. I don't know why this ability is created. Hopefully that gets explained in the anime down the line, but even if it doesn't, I guess it kind of doesn't have to. You get the whole picture. It's a lot like an anime called Erased that I also reviewed. I really did enjoy the anime known as Erased. That was really interesting. So, yeah, he has the ability to, of all things, go back in time 12 years ago to his middle school life. Now, when he does this, at first, he thinks it's just because he got pushed onto a train and nearly died, and he thought, oh, my life is just flashing before my eyes. Yeah, it turns out that he actually is going back in time, and he actually has the ability to change his life. He has the ability to change time, and what he hopes to do with it is to make things better for himself, his friends, his family that he's let down, and more importantly, to hopefully save the girl that he likes. I cannot remember her name at all, but it's the ex-girlfriend from his middle school days. And yeah, I really enjoyed the premise of the anime. Now, what's really interesting about this anime is it actually goes into like boy gangs, street gangs. That's something that I don't typically see very much in anime, and I really enjoyed what they actually did in terms of these boy gangs, these fights, and oh boy, the animation. So don't get me wrong, it's just pretty much average punching and kicking and beating somebody up. But the animation is actually really, really good. Okay, so they're not jumping around over 10-story tall buildings and throwing electric bolts at each other like in Dragon Ball or something. But I'm telling you what, every single punch, every single hit in the anime, you can feel it. Like, it literally hits you hard. And that's something I actually really liked about it, because, yeah, I'm for one, I like fighting anime too, action anime. Dragon Ball is a great example of this. One Punch Man, but every now and again you see that kind of stuff, and eventually you get detached from what a punch kind of would actually feel like and how much it would actually do some damage. Because here's the fact: in the real world, somebody punches you really hard, and you're probably gonna be feeling it in the jaw, or wherever they punched you at. And I really liked how in this anime, every single punch, every single kick, you could really feel that, and it's really grounded as to the fighting and everything. It's really grounded. At the same time, you know that there are just some people out there who are way better fighters than you could ever be, and they can make fight scenes look absolutely crazy without, jumping over 10-story buildings and shooting lasers out of their eyes, It's really grounded because it looks just like a real street fight. I really enjoyed the animation in terms of the street fights, actually. And every single punch that happens in this anime, you can feel it. Both the emotional ones and the physical ones, the ones that actually hit you hard, I really enjoyed that part of the anime. But again, we got gangs, and that was interesting too. So Takemichi and his friends, they think they're all cool guys being in middle school. They think they can beat anybody up because they're a bunch of middle school punks. And they go over to this other high school when it turns out they get taught a lesson, and eventually they become slaves for this other bigger, meaner gang. As they get, punched and pummeled and all that, eventually here comes the leader of the gang, which is the gang known as Toman. The leader of the gang, known as Mikey, and his second in command, Drunken. And these two take a liking to none other than Takemichi. And what's interesting is eventually he does go back into the future, and he does learn about what's going on. It turns out that Mikey, the Toman gang, that is the cause of the death of the girl that he likes. So he ends up making a pact with her brother to go back in time and change everything around. He wants to protect her. So the way he plans to protect her is to get close to Takemichi and Mikey. And I really enjoyed how him and Draken, I really enjoyed how he became friends with Mikey and Draken. That's actually really a big theme throughout this entire anime. And that's kind of a big theme with a lot of like gangster shows and like motorcycle gang shows. Like family and friends is always important. They're always got your back and stuff like that. That's really really a big theme throughout this anime. Actually, that's really different for an anime. I really like it because yeah, I do like some shows like that where it's a biker gang going along their normal adventures, you know, with their friends and their families in their backs, no matter what the hard time brings. I enjoy stories like that. So to find that in an anime, especially a time travel anime, was really surprising, really refreshing. I really enjoyed it. I really did. My favorite character, honestly, would be Mikey. That Mikey's no joke. He's Mikey is a really interesting character. You know, he's been through a lot. You know, his brother passed away, caused by one of his best friends. I'm not going to say who because that's a spoiler for the anime. But he's a really interesting character, and he's the most. He's easily the strongest, most powerful gang leader there is when it comes to this game. He is absolutely cool. Remember I said in all the cool fights and how there's someone out there who are always going to be a better fighter than you? Mikey is the top of the line, best fighter there is in the show, and it definitely shows. He's got a crazy kick, that's for sure. I really enjoyed Drunken as well. I hope I'm saying that right. Drunken? Yeah, Drunken is this really tall kid, and you know, he's kind of Mikey's heart. Like Mikey seems like a playful kind of moron idiot, but he also, just because of everything going on with him and everything that has happened to him in his life, he's also a little bit emotionless. So a lot of the times it's actually Drunken who becomes kind of Mikey's heart. And eventually, Drunken isn't there to support Mikey during something that happens really important in terms of the story. And I like the fact that it was Takemichi who was there instead. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the entire show. Now, of course, I could go in a lot more in terms of the details, and there's a lot of other really great characters in the show as well. The only reason why I'm not going to go into them is because I want you to go and watch this anime. Okay, so I told you a little bit about what the anime is about. I told you a little bit of what the anime is like. Definitely, I would say this anime is, you know what? I'm gonna say it's a top tier anime. An above average anime. Yeah, definitely a top tier anime to me. You know, if I had to give a rating, I would definitely give this a 10 out of 10. Like, don't get me wrong, this isn't a god tier anime. It's not, but it's definitely a really good anime. It's above average. It's between above average to top tier anime. I definitely say it's a top tier anime. It's a really good anime, and I highly recommend it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on none other than Tokyoh Revenge. And I'm really hoping, because I've seen so many of these animes that are really good, got some really good starts, really good stories, that unfortunately only have one season. I want another season to this anime. I hope they do another season. I want this story to go on in animation. Of course, there's the manga. It's like, well, why don't you just go read the manga? Yeah, this actually, if this one doesn't get a second season, I'm probably gonna go read this manga because it is such an interesting story so far. So let me know your thoughts about all that in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out for now. Bye.